What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Saturday show presented by NYRABets. Jackson, we're back. Another week, another bundle of races that we got to cover today. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, man. Just jumping right in today. Didn't even say hi to you in the pre-show. No
Nope.
Game plan. We're just hopping right in. We're ready for handicapping. We're ready to pick some winners and let's do it. I'm ready.
Yeah, the stream waits for nobody, not even the co-host.
Nope.
I just got set up at like 9:57. It's 10:02 out on the West Coast. We started a little bit early today, and that is because ABR has a show following this one. So stay tuned on the channel. Dan Torgman, Jessica Paquette, live from Monmouth for the Late Pick 5 Haskell Preview Day. Be sure to stay tuned for that. But Jackson, you and I have some business to take care of before they take over, and that is the cross-country Pick 5 that's going to go today, covering the Monmouth races as well as Belmont at the Big A. Should be noted, Belmont looks like they are muddy and off today as they've had some weather. Monmouth, it looked like it was raining a little bit. Last I looked at the race feed there. So conditions, I guess, TBD for those later sequences. And then the last thing is the double pick 6 carryover at Belmont at the Big A, 124-ish thousand in the carryover pool. And that's only going to grow probably close to, I don't know, they're off the turf, maybe 750, maybe a mil. We'll see. We'll see the participation of the horse players today. But you and I are going to dive into that pick 6 ticket as well. A couple big scratches to mention as they are off the turf.
Yeah, definitely a few scratches. Definitely changes it up a little bit. Luckily, I had another show this morning talking about that, so I'm ready for it now. I actually thought it was a pretty good sequence. I thought it was a sequence where, you have some of these MTOs that I didn't think were that strong, to be honest, and they're kind of short in the morning line, and I thought they were some MTOs that are definitely going to take a lot of play, especially in a bet like the pick 6, and I thought they were kind of vulnerable, so obviously we're going to hop into that a little bit. I think we might do a little group ticket or try to do something like that, so we'll see what happens when we get there.
That's right. I'm with it. Your cross-country pick 5, which we can get into in a little bit here, because I understand that you have a rather light ticket from what you texted me. I got to go through and check all the scratches and changes. Luckily, DRF has the little cross-country section just pulled up for you, so you can just kind of look through it. You have you start with the Pegasus, then you go to the 10,000 claimer at Belmont at the Big A. You get the Monmouth listed stakes on turf. Then you go 7 furlongs for the restricted 17.5 non-2 lifetime claimers at Belmont at the Big A, and you end with the Salvatore Mile. So a decent sequence there. Jackson, let's just start it off going the mile and a 16th in the Pegasus. It's for straight 3-year-olds. Who did you end up going with here?
Yeah, we were joking earlier that Chad and Pratt in the late pick 5 that at Monmouth, the over-under in wins is about 3.5 because they're going to be odds on and at least 4 of them. They look pretty strong. This race is no exception. I mean, Garamond is probably supposed to win this race, right? I mean, the 1 and 2, if I'm not mistaken, are both out. I think they're both running in Delaware. You have a horse like Valentinian who, I think he's fine. He's got a lot of fine on the favorite who looks like he's the lone speed in this race outside of, I guess, of maybe the horse like the 6. Just a Fair Shake is another one's going to take money, but boy, he's got a lot to find too. And he got a pretty good setup last time against a suspect field. I know Crudo came back out of that race and didn't do great in Belmont. You can forgive the Belmont race, obviously, but it just seems like if Garamond runs anywhere close to that last race, and even the race 2 back in the Gotham, I mean, he's probably supposed to win that thing, right?
He is.
And it's not like he's a need the lead type either. He's run perfectly fine just off of the pace too. I mean, he just looks like an up-and-comer. Is he up to the mark of the Baezas and Sovereignties and journalism of the world? Probably not, but he doesn't need to be to win that race. So I think from a pick 5 perspective, for me at least, he's going to be 2 to 5, 3 to 5. I don't want to waste any equity trying to beat him, doubling up in that race.
Yeah, I'm not too far off of you. I'm singling the 3 to start it off. Next leg we'll go to is the second leg. It's going the 1-turn mile, Belmont at the Big A, 4-year-olds and upwards, $10,000 claiming race. Who did you see here? I know we talked about this on Big Hoof Energy, also streamed through the ABR Live channel. So if you caught that, you know who we like. But go ahead, Jackson.
Yeah, the more, we talked about the other day, the more and more I look, the more I want to just get ice cold to this one horse winner's ghost. I know he hasn't won in a couple of years now. It's been several starts, but he also hasn't had a lone lead in a very long time either. And he sure looks like he's going to have it today. I mean, he's the fastest on paper by a pretty comfortable margin. And maybe someone else wants to contest it with him, but he's supposed to hit the front in here on a lone lead from the rail. I love that Ricardo Santana's riding this time. He's going to send from that post. They're going to have to come catch him. and he's got the best numbers in the field outside of the most recent race of the favorite, Tiberius Mercurius, who, that race is a little suspect too. I mean, that came going 2 turns. I guess it was in the mud too. It's going to be sloppy in the day, but you don't know if they're necessarily the exact same off track, and it's just a very different race this time. He's going to have to catch the lone leader, who's awfully good himself. So I think in that race, I'm going to be ice cold to 1, and hope I'm right. If I'm wrong, we'll do something else in a little bit.
I like it. Yeah, I'm going 1-7 in that race. I just thought that I could get by with those 2. Winter's Ghost, obviously, you made a strong case for, and the 7, whose name I will pull up right now as I'm scrolling through. He's got this. Yeah, thank you. This one's for OK Cantamachi. First off, the claim. He's been red hot with these claiming horses pretty much his entire training career, as well, or 2025, I should say, for this training year. Rather, but he's been red hot. The horses just seem to move up when they get into his barn. This looks to be no exception. I like the drop down a little bit as well. I think the $10,000 where he's going to find his friends. I'm willing to excuse that last one. The pace held together pretty well. And this horse just looked like he didn't want to do much running that day, going the 7 at Aqueduct for whatever reason. I mean, these are 10,000 claimers. These aren't the most consistent animals in the world. So a clunker thrown in every now and then is fine by me. Looking at his previous form, those last 3 numbers certainly compete. You could even go back to the last 5-6 numbers, and they're all pretty close to what it's going to take to beat this field. And those were all against better horses. So I'm hoping that this slight drop down in class, the addition of Dylan Davis, I hope all of that, and in the new barn of OK Cantamachi, I hope all of that adds up to a win. So I'll go 1-7 for He's Got This. We'll throw it back to leg 3, going back out to Monmouth, going 9 furlongs on the turf, 3-year-olds and upwards in the Monmouth Stakes. Your favorite, of course, is Pratt. It's Chad Brown. It's Clairvich Stables. It's redistricting from the 3, coming out of a 6th place finish in the Turf Classic on Derby Day at Churchill Downs. Jackson, how'd you see this one?
Yeah, this race definitely lost some substance when the 1, King Max and Masterpiece both scratched, and redistricting was 7-5 with those horses in the race. Now he's going to be much lower than that. He's probably supposed to win this race. He's just, with his best effort, he's better than these. With his B- effort, he's probably still supposed to win this race. I mean, he's just heads and shoulders above this field. Doesn't need to come from way out of it against likes of these, because there's really not that much speed. And if they turn to a kick for home, he's probably going to win this race. So another odds-on favorite. I wish I could get more creative than here, because he's a horse I've been trying to beat, continue to try to beat these last couple starts. But this is a big drop in class, and he's going to be on my tickets too. Just ice cold to redistricting.
Yeah, I'm also ice cold to redistricting. I can't get too creative in this spot. I mean, I don't know really what we're supposed to do. I mean, these look like very, very tough favorites. Jackson, you try and beat favorites more than most people I know. But this looks like one of those sequences where it is just, you have a D1 athlete against high schoolers is what it looks like on paper. And a lot of time these Chad Brown horses seem to be so consistent that they can run to those looks and run to that prior form. So going to be tough to beat redistricting today. Honestly, the only thing I can think of about this horse, anytime I see his name, isn't his ability, isn't where he can be placed in a race. It's the race out at Del Mar where he was inexplicably 30 lengths behind the field when that wasn't his running style. That was just the most baffling day, of course, because I singled that horse that day. But aside from all that, go ahead, Jackson.
Well, he's probably going to be in front in here, isn't he?
He might be.
He's probably from that post, and given who else is in this field, I mean, I guess the 4 is the 4 still in the race. I guess the 4 is probably going to be in front, Isidoro, but he'll be right behind him. And
I was going to say, it feels
on everyone else.
It feels like the situation where Pratt's going to get out of the gate. If they give him the lead, he'll take it. If not, he's going to sit on the rail behind whoever decides to set the pace in this race, and he's going to get first jump, just like you said. So, yeah, I mean, even it's just I struggle to find an excuse where he can't lose. If he's, if Pratt is on this horse's back the entire way around this track, I struggle to find out how he loses this race. But
I guess if I had to make a case for someone else, I guess it would probably be highest distinction, just because it seems like it's a little wet out there, and this horse on the wet stuff has some pretty good races. Again, he still needs to find a little more, and some of those races were a couple of years ago now. But if I had to pick someone else, I think it'd be him, just based on the upside, given the wet going. I think it would probably be the 8s, maybe a little exacta for me, at least with 3-8. But that's
very fair. That's very fair. Second off the bench for Lindsay Schultz as well. Good angle for Lindsay. They're hitting at 17%. Fernando Hara, I think is his name.
Sounds right.
Hara. I think so. But he's a very capable rider, especially up at this circuit. I know he's only 5% on the year, but he can always turn it around. Fourth leg, as we get to the cross-country pick 5, is a 7 furlong, $17,500 non-winners of 2 lifetime claimer, Belmont at the Big A. This leg in our Big Hoof Energy segment, I hit the all button in the late pick 5 that we were covering today at Backwoods. However, I'm gonna revise that for this pick 5 because I think you just kind of need to play a bit of a skinnier ticket and you can't risk losing too much equity, I guess. But big scratch of the number 7 Trade Imbalance, who was the favorite at 3-1 and probably one that Jackson, I think you were trying to beat in this spot. Yeah. I ended up going 6, 8, 9 in here after some further review. Where did you end up?
So I did upgrade the 8 after the scratch of the 7. I do think that's a significant scratch. The 7 was probably the speed. So I was expecting the 7, 8 to kind of go out a little bit, but the 7 obviously coming out. The 8's going to have an easier time on the front end. He ran the best race out of the common race. He was on the lead. It was fast pace. He hung around. It was second best, but did better than everyone else. So I do need the 8 now. I still think the 6 would be my top pick. Has the best numbers in the field, best speed figures. And we're talking, pick 5 sequence, and you have a 6-1 shot for these connections. This is probably a horse where he'll be a little underused, right? 6-1 shot, underused barns or lower percentage barns. Not a lot of people throw him in. Whereas if this was, the third Chad on the 8-1 shot, people, I'll just throw in Chad. It's just Chad 8-1. So those horses get bad. This is one that I don't think will be used as heavily. So I do want the 6. He's got the best numbers. Should trip out, drop in class. And I'll give you a crazy bomber I'm going to use a little bit too. Is the 3. I feel like this race is kind of wide open. Finally broke the maiden last time. Going to be coming from way, way out of it. If this thing just really heats up and falls apart, I don't see why the 3 can't win again. I believe he's a 3-year-old, so he can take another step forward, third start off the bench. This just feels like a race where there's not a whole lot of separation from top to bottom. And in a horse like the 9, who's going to take a ton of money for Linda, I mean, that last race was kind of suspect. I thought he got a really good trip in there, just parked on the outside, stalking the pace. It was clearly third best, and that number has not come back that great. The 2 horses that come out of that race to run back on dirt both regressed over 10 points. So I think you can be suspect of that number.
No doubt. So one more time, confirm for the people who you're using in the sequence. Is it just the
6 would be the top pick. I pressed the 6 a little bit. I'm also going to use the 3 and the 8.
Nice. I like it. And then on to the final leg. As I mentioned, I was going 6, 8, 9 in there. I thought the 9 deserved a look. Just Kendrick aboard the outside draw. Linda Rice, had 2 entries. This is the only one that remains. I know it was technically, I think it was a private vet scratch for an illness, but hey, sometimes those horses just seem to scratch in those claiming races when they have another entry, and maybe they're sick and maybe they just wanted the other one to run. So I'll give this one a chance. Kendrick's going to have this one forward. Sometimes, again, that's kind of all it takes. Don't hate your shout on the 3. Could very well be one of those situations where a light bulb angle just kind of turned on. Katie Davis was able to get that one home on the 11th of May at 21-1. You'll certainly see somewhere around that price one more time. But I will go 6, 8, 9. Jackson's going 3, 6, 8. We'll move on to the last leg. Race number 5. It's the Grade 3 Salvatore Mile from Monmouth Park. You have another heavy favorite in here, and big surprise, Flavian Pratt's aboard. It is Bishop's Bay from post number 9. Brad Cox trains this one. Just won the Grade 3 Westchester Stakes, and that I don't like that race. I don't want to talk about it. That race cost me so much money. So I had Quince Brew in the pick 6, and the pick 6 paid like $10,000 that day. So I don't want to talk about it any more than that. Jackson, are you singling Bishop's Bay in this spot, or how are you going?
For fun, Bishop's Bay.
Yep. Agreed.
He's 10 points faster than everyone. He's got an outside post. He's not going to find trouble. He's just going to park him in the clear. He should win that race. He should.
So I have our pick 5 tickets up for cross country. They're up right now, as you can see. I'm going single with the 3. I'm going 1-7. That's Winter's Ghost, and he's got this. I'll single the 3 redistricting. I'll go 6, 8, 9. Hope for maybe kind of one of those middling prices, although the prices are sure to switch and move around a bit with Trade Imbalance being the scratch in there. And then Bishop's Bay. I'm going to press this up a bunch. Probably play it like $10 base maybe, so a $60 total ticket. Jackson, you've got yours, 4 singles. This is up from the 50-cent ticket you sent me earlier, so we're moving in the right direction. Right now we're sitting at $1.50 for 50 cents.
Yeah, still going to play that 1% press up the 6 in that fourth leg a little bit too. So we'll have a few very, very skinny tickets. I think this is still one you can get involved with. I mean, it's still the cross country pick 5. There's no CAW money. There's a lot more dead money in those pools than there normally would be. But you know, this thing could still pay okay. Is it going to pay more than $100? Probably not. But if you have it for $10, like who cares? If it pays $30, $40, you have it 20 times. Great. And if you're just playing some heavy favorites, hoping you're right, and if you're wrong, you're not spending too much money to try to do it.
100% agree. So let's talk real quick. You have 3 singles, or we both have 3 singles. So we'll stick with those. They're all coming at Monmouth Park. First, Garamond, then Redistricting, then Bishop's Bay. 3 obviously very clear favorites. They're probably all going to go off around 3 to 5 if I had to guess. Which one of those 3 could you see losing today? Like, which could you make the best case for losing today?
Probably the first leg. Garamond. I mean, he still has to prove himself a little bit. You know, you could make a case that the number is a little too high just because cornucopia maybe should regress a little bit.
There? Oh, sorry. I was watching the Churchill Downs race, and they all have the same color saddlecloths because I think it's a military appreciation thing. Maybe I'm not entirely sure. Sorry. Continue.
I guess I feel like that's the race where the others in the field have. I mean, they're still lightly raced through rails. They all have plenty of upside. That would be the one I think someone else could step up and wouldn't shock me. But okay, I guess Ryan. Really, guys, it is 10:15. Ryan's already making picks, cashing tickets, and he didn't share any of them with me or any of you.
Sorry,
because he just
that was
not giving us any winners. Thanks.
Sorry, this was in a pick.
I could have failed.
You could. Well, actually, they were already off by the time I even noticed it. I put these plays in when I woke up. I'm sorry. That was at Churchill anyway. We're not talking about Churchill. That was just a horse I like to see. But anyway, no, we'll keep it moving. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, Jackson.
I like. I like building my bankroll. Come on.
I do want to talk about the upcoming Churchill race that's coming up in race number 3 because it's one of the most unique written races I think I've ever seen, and I think you'd agree with that. But we'll get to that in a moment. Your note on Garamond, I completely agree. I mean, this horse should be 1-9, seeing as he beat the super freak that is Cornucopian, but who's now laid up recuperating. But either way, no, this horse has progressed really nicely for Chad and Juddmonte. I'm intrigued to see how this one runs. Obviously, his not his 2 best, but his 2 wins have come on Lasix. I don't know if that's really anything to look into. That last race, obviously a 3-horse field, but the time was still very respectable. I would say strictly for the fact that these are 3-year-old or 3-year-olds, period. That you can kind of change every race. Like they can take significant steps up. Yeah, I guess so. They can improve significantly from start to start. I struggle to find a horse that's even within shouting distance right now. I mean, it would be a horse maybe like Valentinian, who could maybe take a step up. Obviously, by Into Mischief out of Rachel's Valentina, and we all know how good she was. And she's out of Rachel Alexandra, of course. So I mean, that's just one hell of a damn side family to go into. But I mean, yeah. Bracket Buster.
I was looking at.
I was just about. I'm happy you brought that up.
But
I'm happy you brought that up. I do respect this horse.
I know what you're gonna say, but besides the thing you're gonna say, what else? What else?
Is the thing I'm gonna say that Vacomas are better on 1 turn?
Yeah, you're gonna say this horse can't route because he's by Vacoma, even though he's
the horse that can't route is horse.
It was a really great horse too, going 2 turns. But the horse can't go 2 turns because he's by Vacoma. No, the horses that can't. The horses that can't go 2 turns are practical jokes. We all know that. Vacomas can do it. Don't walk it back now. Don't walk it back now. There's 2 of them. You've always been on the Vacoma bandwagon too. I'm on the Vacoma bandwagon going 1 turn, 100%. Katie, Lord Zed, nice to see you both. Stakes next at the Big A. Yes, it is. We will call that out. Thank you for the reminder, Katie. I'm still waking up for my day. You know what? We'll pivot real quick. I think we've talked enough about the cross country pick 5. I think we all can see the tickets. I'm not going to hide any other winners. Before we get started to go too much farther here, don't forget, head on over to NYRABets. Use code BWB 200 to earn up to a $200 deposit match. That is over at NYRABets. Bet any place, anywhere, anytime. I think that's it. I almost got that one too. All right. Let's talk about Belmont at the Big A. Again, we can't show the race, unfortunately. We can show Monmouth and Woodbine. We're just kind of let them get into their card a little bit more.
They have, they have some decent. What do they have coming up? Oh, we have a maiden special weight on turf coming up at Monmouth Park. So we'll talk about that one. Actually, let's talk about that one first.
Okay.
We can do some live, kind of on the spot handicapping. That's what Jackson and I kind of tend to do best out here. So we'll talk about it. Let me pull it up on the past performances, and we'll get on into it. But first, yes, there is a stakes race coming up at Belmont at the Big A. So don't worry, we will pivot to that as well. All right. So 5.5 on turf, open maiden special weight company. They seem to be on the turf for now. It is listed currently as good. So just something to keep an eye on. Your current favorite is the number 3 Finkel for Rusty Arnold, second-time starter, trying turf for the first time by Volatile out of a hard-spun mare that was primarily running on the dirt, but did have one turf start, finishing 5th after showing some speed early. No real... this horse is only the second in the family. The other one had some good runs sprinting onto PETA. I don't know what you make of that favorite. I'm just kind of killing time as we look through this race to try and get your thoughts. Where did you end up here? And before that, maybe what is your opinion of how this Monmouth turf course plays? Going the 5.5, they do come out of a weird, like, kind of inner chute.
Yeah. It's still speedy. It's still a turf sprint. Speed's always good. The weather might change that up a little bit. I would have to watch. I missed the first race. I know it was a grass race. I didn't see who ended up winning that, where they came from. I know it was a favorite.
It was the favorite. The favorite came up the rail, Dream Trip, kicked home late, but the speed held together pretty well. The other kind of main threats were closing, but they weren't making up much ground. So that's something too.
Okay, yeah. I'm until I see otherwise, I'll just treat it like any other race. There's a lot of speed in here. There's a lot of early speed, so I'd probably go to the 9. Virtuosity, I think is how you say it. Closed last time at Presque Isle Downs. Tried to get on the turf 2 back in the debut, didn't work out, but he's just supposed to get a really good setup in here. If it falls apart, he's going to be the one that's going to take advantage.
Yeah, we're leaning in similar directions. That was a lot of what I saw as well. Might even get a shot to the number 8 Volunteer Fireman. I think I'll actually go with that one as my top pick. 14% with turf sprinters, 7% with first-time starters, which is not ideal. The dam was unraced and has had no progeny to run yet. The Grand Dam did win her first 2 starts, if you want to go back that far. So maybe a little bit of precocity in there. And then the Dam Sire, if I'm using my terms correctly, was run happy. They can win early. So, hey, maybe this one has a little bit of win early pedigree. Matty Oliver in the saddle. Good to see Matty Oliver. Derek Ryan, obviously, who trains Bookham Dano, if I'm not mistaken. Nailed it. So I'll give that one a shot. So I'll go with the 8. Jackson's going to go with the 9. Again, we're just hoping for a little bit of a pace meltdown here.
Yeah, I'm going to bet the 9 in here. I actually put a little horse tourneys contest. I played the 1 in that just because I thought the 1 was a little interesting. Different format, obviously different strategies there, but I think he's going to be the price. He's on the rail. He's probably going to have to go from that post. And I thought his turf races last year were okay. I mean, but you look at the numbers he got for those efforts, they're not that far off what it's going to take to beat this field. And he did those as a 2-year-old, 10 months ago. You got to think he's probably improved since then. They're going to try to get to the front here. You're going to know very quickly whether this horse has a chance or not. You're going to know the first few strides out of the gate. But I think as a 10-to-1 shot and with that kind of format of a contest, he's not the worst price you could go with in a race like this. Because again, it's still a turf sprint. Speed is still king. If he makes the front, he's going to be awfully tough to run down.
Without a doubt. So that's going to be something to pay attention to. I got to pull it up real quick, and then we'll get into showing the live feed for the race. Mm-hmm. We're still about 3 minutes away. While I do that work, let's talk about Belmont at the Big A, because race number 2, we're coming off the turf, but we do have a stakes race for the people. It's loading right now, so as soon as the name of the stakes race loads, I can give it to you. It is the New York Stallion Stakes for fillies. It's restricted, obviously, to New York sired or bred horses. Excuse me. 6 furlongs on the sloppy main track. Jackson, how did you see this one? As I believe your favorite is the number 2 Mischief Lady, currently 9-5.
Yeah, I feel like
you actually have the 5 Disco Star as well, who's kind of a co-favorite.
Yeah, they're kind of contending for the favoritism here. I think with a switch to the dirt, you're supposed to take a 2 in this spot. She looks like the clear speed of the race. She's going to have the lead. They're going to have to come catch her. And the 2 times she's gotten the lead, she's won both of the races pretty easily and got pretty strong numbers doing that. She hasn't raced since January, which I guess is a bit of concern. But again, they're still going to have to come catch her. I mean, she's going to have to lead. The 5 has a good race on the dirt, but she also got a phenomenal setup in that race in April. She's not getting that kind of setup in this spot, and she still got a little suspect late. So between those two, I much prefer the 2 horse in there. And, with these long shots, the 3, I guess, is a little interesting, but she's really tailed off since early in her 2-year-old season. And then I guess the 1 is kind of the same boat as the 5, where she just kind of took advantage of a phenomenal setup in that New York Stallion race. So I think that's another one you're probably supposed to try to beat. I'd be all too. Come catch her.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the 2 is going to look pretty loose on the lead. Decent, or good jockey in the saddle for this kind of run style. Just, it looks absolutely loose. You kind of said it. I'm just going to play I'll play a small, but I'll play it just a 2-4 exacta. I'll try and get the 4 in second. Just seems to kind of be the second fastest horse. Didn't really handle that muddy going 2 back in April in the other edition of the Stallion series here. But maybe he's going to handle it a little better. King for a Day by out of a Freedom Child mare. Yeah, who knows? But Katie Davis can always spring a bit of an upset. I think you're looking at 7-1 on that horse right now. So a little 2-4 cold exacta. Katie says Monmouth is a soupy soup, which is a new term I haven't heard. We have it up on the screen now. It is not a dry day at Monmouth Park today. So we're gonna keep it on the simulcast. Again, I'm going with the 8. Jackson's going with the 3. I'll put a little win bet on the 8 here, just hoping Matty Oliver can get.
I mentioned 2 horses. The 3 was not one of them. Come on, bro.
And the 3 was not one of them?
No, I bet the 9.
Oh, yeah.
I bet the 9 to win. I have the 1 in a contest as a long shot. So those are the 2 I like.
There we go. And I like the 8, and I guess nobody likes the 3. So
I do like the gray horses, though.
Yeah, this guy does like the grays. But yeah, Finkel, Rusty Arnold, second-time starter. Well, hey, we have a couple minutes as they approach the gate here. Churchill Downs race 5 today has the return of a 4-for-4 filly who was thought to be the top horse or was said to be, I should say, the top horse in the Godolphin barn. And that is Immersive for Brad Cox. Manny Franco is in town to ride as she makes her comeback in the Monomoy Girl Stakes. Couple big scratches out of there, including the number 5. The name is escaping me, but Johnny V and Wesley Ward were teaming up on that one. That looked like the horse that was going to kind of be lone speed. Immersive has some early foot and has some early ability, although I think she likes kind of having a target. She's going to be 1-9 now. I thought maybe you were going to get in the 2-5 range. Maybe that's still overthinking it a little bit. What do you think about her comeback? This is always kind of a tricky thing to gauge because she was off for a little bit of like an injury setback and is going to come back. Obviously as a 3-year-old to start her 3-year-old season. They don't always come back the strongest, although I think she's a special one.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do with her as they're loading. The Breeders' Cup race was fine. That race really hasn't come back the strongest. And, first start of the year, it's going to be in the mud. It's going 2 turns. There's a lot of things. I think if you're going to try to beat her, it's in that spot. Now, of course, it's a 4-horse field now, and the value of these other horses are going to kind of be gone too. But I would probably try the 6. I'll explain why after this. They're loading the gate. Let's just go up. Let's go to Maddie. Let's go to Matt.
Maddie, I didn't know you guys are. Oh, all right.
Well, I'll cancel your bet.
I'll cancel the bet on the 8. Obviously, Maddie Oliver just got tossed. Horse looks to be loose. Hope Maddie's okay. Hope they catch the horse before too long. But obviously, never a great thing to see. Nope, that's the 9. I guess we'll see.
Are they still going to get 9?
I don't know. It looks like
they walked up like they were about to.
They did. Is that they caught the 8? Okay, so they have the 8. They're walking the 8 around, and the 8 didn't, flip over or anything. They just kind of reared up, tossed Maddie, and assuming Maddie's okay, they might remount her here.
Looks like it's pouring.
It does not look dry. Yeah, it looks okay. The 8 looks like getting reloaded. Maddie Oliver's getting in there. The pants aren't tucked in. For Maddie on the jockey's pants.
It always throws me off when it rains and they don't have pants tucked in. I always get so confused. I don't know why.
Yeah, that confuses me too. It's like seeing a horse with a horse seeing with front wraps. That's pretty normal. But I was trying to make some sort of comparison there. That didn't work. The 9's going in.
We could have done better than that. Come on.
I could have done much better. It's still early in the morning. We'll let Matt Dinnerman do his job and call the race and talk to the people, as he does much better than I do at this hour.
Sprint here. Virtuosity goes in.
It's 10:30, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm still waking up.
We're ready to go. And Lair off. Uneventful start. Virtuosity on the far outside, prominent. Ripton's Music has speed. Luca's Mischief from down towards the inside, firing forward, while Shown Rain and Luca's Mischief has a head in front of Ripton's Music. Virtuosity runs in the third position. Pandemic Hero easing off that trio, fourth now, ahead of the Gray Finkel. A length and a half back to Volunteer Fireman, the first-time starter. Big Earn McCracken is second to last, and a Stern Command whips them in. 8 lengths off the pace as they charge into the far turn run. Virtuosity in the three-path, moving forward nicely to challenge Ripton's Music. Luca's Mischief inside of that pair, sent hard approaching the top of the lane. Then comes Pandemic Hero, 2 lengths behind, getting to the outside for the stretch drive, and Finkel is saving ground, cut the corner, got a dream run. Finkel up the inside. Virtuosity loses the lead to Finkel, who kicks on with Axel Concepcion. Finkel in front by a length and a half, now it's 2. Virtuosity is second, Pandemic Hero third, Finkel opening up. It's Finkel, it's good. Finkel by 3 at the finish. Virtuosity.
All right.
I did not have the 9 in front of the 3 on my bingo card in that race.
Yeah, I also did not. That was unique to me as well. I didn't expect that one. All right. That was
part that one too. I mean, they just hugged the rail and
right up, just gone. I mean, that was a dream trip.
Come out of that trip, no.
Yeah, so that is what it is. I mean, we'll keep it moving as we chug right along here. Go ahead with your point on immersive. I think that you were making, or the 6 rather, to beat immersive.
Oh yeah, take charge, my lady. I just, she was. If you guys remember, leading up to the Oaks, she had all these foot issues that were the talk of the town. She was hurt. They weren't sure if they were going to run. Just reading between the lines, it felt like if that was not the Oaks, like they weren't ever going to run there. But because it was the biggest race of the year, like, okay, if she's good enough, we're going to run. But it's just not, the vibes were not good. She obviously didn't run a step. You have that excuse. You have the wet track. It was weird. She was way, way out of position. Just a lot of things didn't go right for that day. But, her form prior to that is really damn good and stacks up really nicely with immersive. She's going to be, 4 times the price. It's a 4-horse field. She's tactical enough to keep those horses in their sight, and I just like the way she's been progressing. If you toss the most recent race, I just think the gap between those two is not as severe as the odds may make it out to be. So I'm going to play the 6 in that race. Yeah. A little disappointed about the scratches because the price is really going to be hurt, but I'll probably still play her a little bit.
Yeah, I don't hate that view at all. Just because Take Charge Milady, who is the 6 in that race, has proved that she's still still a runner at 3. I guess, and she's come on pretty nicely. So that's one that you at least have the proven form, whereas you're still kind of we're waiting to see that with immersive. And although we expect to see it 1 to 9, that this horse is ready to go in a listed stake that is not going to be the end goal. This looks like, I think we were talking yesterday, the prep for the Alabama at Saratoga, I believe is the race that I'm thinking of for the 3-year-old. So, if it's a prep for that, they're not going to go all out, whereas Take Charge Milady might need to get that confidence back running and getting her winning ways. But she does come from pretty far out of it, and there doesn't look to be a lot of pace. So Immersive might just win this the same way she won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, just kind of off talent. That race hasn't come back the strongest. She just kind of finished the best of that group, but I don't think any of them were necessarily loving how much distance they got there. But maybe that's just me.
No, I think it's a fair point. To be honest, I don't even think the 3 is that impossible either. I mean, Anna's Promise is. I think everyone's going to just assume that Immersive is going to take that step forward. And be better than these. She still has to prove she can do it. And at 1 to 9, or 1 to 5, I don't think she'll be more than that, but 1 to 5, 2 to 5, why not take it?
I think she'd be 1 to 9, to be honest. I mean, we're approaching that territory with these scratches. I will point out that also that race starts the pick 6 at Churchill Downs, where I believe. Let me actually get the. I can't find the X. Oh, here I can find the number. Let me get the number for the carryover in that race. It looks like it is $760,000 in the carryover at Churchill Downs. Obviously, that is absurd. They are not. There's still no mandatory payout that I've been made aware of that I hear coming up. So they're just going to let this thing grow. I don't know that this would be a cause for a single winning ticket, obviously, as this is the first leg. But I think if you beat Immersive and you go 3-6, you're well on your way to certainly a high-paying ticket. But I don't know what your thoughts are on that. But if I play the pick 6, I'm probably going to try and beat Immersive in that spot. And if I lose, I'll just wheel back with a pick 5, like whatever. But chasing the jackpot with that much free money in the pool, or I say free money, it's not that free. But I might try and take a swing. That amount of money, I'll have to try a little bit.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, there are pools you want to swim in, and then there are pools full of great white sharks that you don't want to swim in. And that seems like a pool with way too
It does. It does. That's a pool that I'd be.
It's just you don't ever play it.
No, I agree.
So the equity in it it's terrible.
I agree. It's not great. I know the metrics have come out, and it shows even with those huge carryover amounts, it's still terrible for you. Even on mandatory payout days, you're still not getting the exact value. But that being said, I'll take a swing. I'm a degenerate horse player. I like to at least swing for the fences. If I can throw together a ticket and it somehow pays, 5 figures and it should have paid 6 figures, whatever. At least I hit it. So I got to, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Michael Scott quoted that from Wayne Gretzky, and I'm quoting that from both of them. So, hey, why not? We'll take a swing. We'll take a swing with it. They're loading into the gate at Belmont at the Big A. Again, a sloppy off-listed track. This one originally scheduled for the turf. This one is going to be run again on the main track, as I've said, I think for 4 times in 2 minutes that they are off the main track. So, Jackson, in case you were curious, they're on the main track. They're loading into the gate.
Yeah, I know. That's why I switched to the 2. On grass,
there it is.
I'm probably going to win, but on the turf.
Jackson is on the 2. I'm playing a straight 2-4. You're currently getting 3-2 on the 2 Mischief Lady, which is not a bad price at all. All things considered. They're almost in the gate. They are in the gate, in fact. I'll call the race as we can't show it. They just broke out. Mischief Lady broke pretty sharply. So did the 3 Boston's Finest, along with the 4 Royal Event. But it is the 2 Mischief Lady with a clear lead at this point through the first couple hundred yards of the race. It looks like the 3 Boston's Finest is sitting off that one. Down on the rail is Storm Changer for Jose Gomez. Then back to Royal Event, and to that one's outside is Disco Star, slowly moving up. Now on the outside. Quarter was 22.47 seconds. Still Mischief Lady up top. Boston's Finest in second. Back down to the rail. Storm Changer in third. Then outside to Disco Star. And out the back is Royal Event. Up top, they are still moving right along. The 3 in second, Boston's Finest, is under a ride. 2 seems to be doing it all right. The jockey just took a look underneath. Ricardo Santana seems to think that he has a lot of horse. They're approaching the top of the stretch, the half mile in 45.51 seconds. Turning for home, Mischief Lady still has a nice commanding lead up top. The 1 Storm Changer moves into is battling for second with the 3 Boston's Finest. They're coming down the lane 5/8 in 57.34 seconds, and the 2 is Home and Hose. Mischief Lady 6-5 is going to be your winner in wire-to-wire fashion. Close for second. Looks to go to that's pretty tight. I'm not going to call that between Storm Changer and Boston's Finest. I think the nod went to Storm Changer, but I'll wait for the replay. Whatever. Anyway, the 2-1.
Nice call.
Thanks. We're getting a little better with it.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect, man.
Hey, that's right. That's right. All right. As our fellow Woodbine resident, did you like anything at Woodbine coming up here?
Ooh, I did look. Let me refresh myself.
Race number 2.
Race number 2. Did the 2 scratch?
The 2 did not scratch.
Okay. I think it was the 4. The 4. Yeah. Asking my name, coming off a win at the same level, upset the field. I was kind of hoping, the 5's pretty quick, the 7's very quick, the 8 is going to be in the front too. So I was kind of hoping they go a little fast in this race and set up for someone just off of it. And the 5 seems like the one that's going to, sorry, not the 5, the 4, Asking My Name, feels like the one that could take advantage of that profile. So the barn's red hot too. They're running at 25% right now. JD likes 8 with Emma Jane Wilson, who obviously cheering for her because she had a nasty spill last year and she's finally made it back. Yeah, so obviously she's
the all-time winningest all-time winningest female jockey or the all-time highest purse earnings female jockey. It's one of those two. There's a picture with it. JD, thanks for joining us. Yeah, gets her first win back. Second mount here with the 8. I love it. I'll bet. I'm not a big Woodbine guy, but I will bet the 8 just for the fact that I like to root for Emma Jane Wilson as well. It's good to see her back in the saddle. This one gets a bit of a drop. Bill Theranos up there. This is an option claimer, 10,000.
Has she won more races than Julie Crone? Julie Crone won like 4,000.
She may not be winningest, but she's highest purse earnings then. It's one of those two.
No, that's
one
inflation.
Of those two. Inflation.
I mean, Julie Crone won like 4,000 races and all kinds of stakes and everything.
No,
Emma Jane, she's really good too. Don't get me wrong. But
100% agree.
How long?
All right, cool.
Highest earnings. That's what it is. Thank you, JD.
Thank you. Appreciate you, JD. Always looking out on the 8. The 8 is currently 3-2.
3-2. Yeah. They got 2 good girls riding up there. She's good, and Sofia Vivas is pretty good too. She's done a lot of good. She went to New York for a little bit this winter. And
I wish she stayed in New York. She was riding so well out there. So let me figure out what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I would bet the 4 for sure. I was between the 1 and 4.
Lined up alongside one another. Ask him my
Robert
name.
Gellis is going to load us the rest of the way in and give us the call.
Next, Valerian Sky.
Second at Woodbine.
Gate 5. And in turn, Mannix to gate 6. Highland Society at a big price here once again, and they're almost right. Highland Society has gone in, and now Classic Dancer to the outside gate. Completes the lineup, and the field is set to run, locked up, on their way, and a very nice start. Out wide on the track, it's Classic Dancer trying to clear them. Back to last early as Ask Him My Name. And dashing out in front, Classic Dancer for Emma Jane Wilson to lead by 3.5 to 4 lengths. Lying in second, Highland Society. On the inside is Legal Attack. And making ground, Valerian Sky. About a length behind them, Sea Scout. Next to last is Mannix. And last, Ask Him My Name. But spurting clear early to lead by about 4.5 to 5 lengths. Classic Dancer. Classic Dancer whisking along as they went inside the half mile through 22 and 4 first fraction. 3.5 to Valerian Sky, who's coming on, is only 2.5 behind now. On the inside in third, Highland Society. A break in the field of 2 lengths away came Legal Attack. Then Sea Scout, Mannix, and on the inside, Ask Him My Name has run. Classic Dancer went very hard early, leads only a length to Valerian Sky. They're out by 2.5, and the runs are coming with Ask Him My Name finishing really well on the inside. Turning in front, Classic Dancer still leads from Valerian Sky. On the rails, it's Ask Him My Name rushing to the front, and down the outside, Legal Attack. But out in front is Ask Him My Name, who's careering away, and Ask Him My Name is racing on to a big win once again, an even better one than last time. And Ask Him My Name putting a huge margin on rivals, wins by close to 10.
All right.
All right. Well, Jackson, I'm happy I tailed with you there after you said that you liked the 4. So thanks for that.
Wasn't expecting 2 to 1, and was not expecting. That was a big performance.
That horse won.
Strong number.
That horse is going to come back with a strong number. Speaking of strong numbers, how about Baby Yoda yesterday at Belmont at the Big A, going the 6.5 and 113 and 4, demolishing the track record. That was 114 and 2, I believe. That it means very little, but great win by Jackson, picking the 4 at Woodbine, Asking My Name. Incredible win by about 10 lengths there. I thought Emma Jane Wilson was for a second going to be able to take him wire to wire. We never got to talk about the
speed horse stuff.
Yeah, that is.
You give them their best chance. Go to the front, bottom out the field. You're good enough. Which she was 8 to 5. You would think if the horse ran in their race. Well, actually, I don't think it would have mattered today. But if they would have been second best if that horse showed up, but just didn't happen today.
Absolutely correct there. We didn't get to talk about the race at Churchill Downs that is already off. But the conditioning for the race was it was a restricted maiden race. And it was if you finish second, third, or fourth, you are not eligible, and first-time starters aren't eligible. So it was a weird conditioned race that I thought we might have the chance to talk about, but we don't. So,
we still could talk about the condition itself.
Sure, we can talk about the condition itself.
Yeah. What do you think about that? You think it's a good idea or no?
I think the only jurisdiction that can get away with that is Kentucky. I think it's
7 horses.
Yeah.
I would rather see them give weight allowances. Like, we don't need more conditions. That's
true.
Encouraging
Weight
them to
allowance
wait
is
even
not
more.
bad.
Like, if they keep failing to hit the board, then give them a bug, give them a weight, give them 5 pounds, give them 10 pounds, give them whatever to try to make it more competitive. That I agree with, but just encouraging connections to wait for even more specific conditions than they already do is probably not. Yeah. I don't think it's the best idea, but I'm not an expert. I'd have to ask our friend Eric DeCosta about that one.
There we go. I like your shout on the on the fact that you can just do weight allowances, though. I think that's a good kind of middle ground compromise for that, just because I'm with you. I don't think we need more specific conditions. They're already getting a little ridiculous in some places, but that was a unique one for sure. That being said, it was won by Phil Bauer, 4-5, Rigney Racing. First start was on turf, did absolutely no running, and then went wire to wire here against the field that was mediocre at best.
Hey, Ryan, I need you to go solo for about 12 seconds.
All right, I can go solo for 12 seconds. Oh, man, my face is rather large on this screen, but hey, we'll make do with it. Hope everybody's having a good time. I'm going to make my face just a little bit smaller. Don't forget, head on over to NYRABets. Use code BWB200 for a $200 deposit match. Bet anywhere, any place, anytime, NYRABets. Thank you to all 200 of you for watching. We're going to get out to Monmouth coming up for race number 4. It's a $16,000 purse starter allowance company. That's going to be race number 4. It's coming up in about 9 minutes. And then we will pivot over to Belmont at the Big A. And we'll keep talking about that race as they have about 16 or so minutes coming up for race number 3 there. Move it. Matt Miller in the chat. What's going on? I'm sitting on the couch next to Howard. We are presently leading the Churchill Downs and NYRABets contest. We're having a great time. We're both dying and trying to understand better what room Ryan is in. Garage, give a tour. Tool shed. No. So that's an excellent question and one that I often ask myself. So this house, here we go. We're going to go mobile. All right. So this is like the actual house in all this. And then this whole area is some weirdly built like sunroom that we've turned into. The cats just have, I don't know. It was built when we moved in here. I have no idea what the purpose of this room is other than it gets hot as balls. So other than that, I really have it serves no purpose. At least it has 2 working fans. I have another one on me. At least I'm not in the car. Why isn't Jackson? Says Matt Miller. Yeah, Jackson known for being in his car during the shows.
I don't want to be in the car, but sometimes
he's a big car guy.
The quietest place to be in, so we got to do what we have to do.
Hey, got to do what you got to do. Yeah. I respect the hustle. He doesn't miss any shows. He just shows up in the car. Katie said, "Is he in your house again?" To Matt. Well, obviously, good luck to Matt and Howard on finishing in first in both of those contests that they're in today. I won't be competing in any of the contests, but I will be betting. That is always a guarantee. Yeah, not a tool shed either. Although you could certainly store some tools in here, I guess. But yeah, no, this room is bizarre. I don't entirely understand its purpose. And again, it just gets really hot in here. So other than that, it's not doing anything too great. Jackson, we'll pivot to Monmouth. I'll throw the simulcast up. Matt said Howard is kidnapped. Will release when he gives 2 more winners. So it could be a long day for Howard. Maybe it's a short day for Howard. Who knows? Time will tell. They're making their way out onto the track at Monmouth Park.
I think the 6.
Send him an invite if he wants. Oh, I know he's playing in the contest. Never mind.
He's playing in the contest.
I don't want to ask him for picks I don't want to give him anything away.
Yeah, there we go.
That
being said, Matt, you're listening. If you and Howard want to hop on for a few minutes, you're more than welcome to. This show is just going to go wherever it ends up going. So
yeah, we're going to talk about the pick 6 pretty soon.
We are. We're getting into the pick 6 territory here. Last one we'll cover before we get into the pick 6 will be this race at Monmouth Park. Race number 4 coming up in about 5 minutes, as we mentioned. Sloppy and sealed main track. Jackson, what do you think? Also, it looks like they are off the turf for race 5 and 7, if you can see it there. So races 9 and 11, I believe those are the 2 stakes races, will remain on, but race 7 and race 5 will be taken off. Yeah, race 5 was a claiming race, as was race 7. Race 9 and 11 are both the stakes races for today. We're going a mile. Optional claim $16,000 company on the sloppy listed main track. Jackson, if you had a chance to look at this race, where did you kind of end up? It's a competitive field with a decent looking betting board right now.
Yeah, I was originally going to be on. Let me check it. I was originally on the 2. I was going to play the 2, and no, it's not too creative, but there's not a lot of speed in here. If the 8's really going to be 5-1, though, I think I would pivot there because the 8 ran 2 back on the dirt, got a really, really strong number. Don't know if you can necessarily believe it, but you should get a decent price on the 8. The 8's going to be about double the price of the 2, which I think I would probably pivot there. Just trusting that number is legitimate enough. I know it came against turf horses, but man, that kind of leaps off the page like a sore thumb. And it's not like he has that many races over the dirt either. So I think I'd probably try the 8. The 8's also pretty quick, not as quick as the 2, but won't be too far off of him. So I think I'd be on 8.
Yeah, I don't hate that shout. I think I'm going to end up on the 5. Take a bit of a shot on this one, stretching out for the first time since an effort at Delta Downs last November. This one has some okay efforts over the wet track, but second off the claim, still protected in the barn of Dan Ward. So maybe this was always the goal to try and stretch this one out. Last time out going 6 furlongs and starter allowance company lost to a horse named Keys in Charge. Came back to win the next out race, however, only did so and regressed in the Beyer speed figure category by about 9 points or so. So, look into that what you will, but I'll take a shot with the 5. Matt said he's deep in the contest stuff. That's all good. You don't need to join us. We were just throwing the invite out there, but I thought the 5 maybe deserved half a look in there. Another horse that's going to be forward is going to be the 2 Cupid's Dude. Juan Avila, Sammy Camacho is in the saddle. 2-1 right now on this runner. Has some good wet track efforts as well. Although his one effort over a sloppy sealed track was his worst effort in the form sheet and his worst effort in quite some time. So that's one to think about. One that I think also handles the wet track pretty well and has some tactical ability is the 1. So I'd probably go look to the 1 with my top pick being the 5.
Yeah, I think the 5 is kind of the key to this race, to be honest, because if the 5 doesn't go, the 2 is going to be alone on the front end. But the 5 is coming out of sprints, shown some speed. So you think he'd probably be closer going the route of ground. So either the 2 and 5 hook up and sets up for someone from off of it, or the 2 is going to be alone on the front end. So that's kind of the way I see this race.
Agreed.
It's going to be interesting to see how they ride it. And they also might be more aggressive just because of the weather. Sometimes it can get very speedy when you have the off track.
It really can. So I'm curious to see how that's going to play. I'm curious to see how it's going to play. Obviously, you see everybody kind of warming up on the track 9-5 right now on the 2. I don't know that I'm going to be betting this race, but I will be rooting along for my 5. Greetings, Uncle Sully. Uncle Sully, what's going on? And then Katie obviously saying, Matt, you better give him some winners. Matt had quite the day yesterday. I believe it was 3 tournament wins.
I think Matt likes a lot of horses post number 6 today too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, if you're wanting to fly along with Matt, just bet the 6 in every race. That seemed to work out pretty well yesterday, and that's hilarious. You can prove a couple of points by doing that. As he pointed out in our group chat yesterday. So fun game. When sometimes you can put in hours of work, other times you can just pick a number. And sometimes you finish first in that contest. Sometimes you finish last. Really just depends. But we can see all the pools going on at Monmouth. Nice 7,400 in the pick 5 pool if you want to play along. But yeah, Jackson, we're going to talk pick 6 coming up here in just a little bit. I'm excited to dive into this sequence. I'm excited to see your thoughts. There was a big scratch in the first leg of the straight 1 of that coupled entry for Linda Rice, where the 1 looked to be kind of an overwhelming favorite. The 1A, however, is also a big class dropper in there.
Yeah, the one coming out definitely changes the race. I don't think the 1A is nearly as strong as the 1 was, but you may still get bet like it. I know the 1 is dropping in class and everything, but the numbers aren't that strong relative to everyone else in this group. But the problem is, you have a horse like the 6 who the numbers are good enough, but he's out for 13. Then you have a horse like the 7 who has a decent number 2, but comes out of a much worse race. It's a weird race to kick off that sequence. I kind of wanted to get with the 3 horse Battle Anthem. Rob Atras first off the claim. the two dirt races, I should say, are pretty good, especially the one at Tampa. Try to close into a slower pace, gets way, way, way better horses, and got a really strong number that day. Then last time, that was another pace that kind of just held together, ran in place a little bit. It just feels like an easier group than what he faced last time. So I think that probably be my lean in the first race, but it does feel like one you'd probably have to use a couple to get out of that first leg.
Yeah, it does for sure. All right, we are showing 0 minutes to post at Monmouth Park, so they're circling what looks like behind the gate here. Yeah, good shout on the 3 Battle Anthem. I think that one's certainly first time in the barn of Rob Atras is going to be interesting. That sloppy track effort wasn't awful, and obviously by Munnings they seem to love the slop anytime they get their feet on it. So that's one that I think I'll give a look to. Brad Cox has one first time in the barn. Luis Rivera Jr. is in the saddle for him today. That one's a little bit interesting, but a lot of these, excuse me, I'm still waking up for the day. A lot of these have run against these maiden 20 company, and a lot of the time my angle is to try and find horses that haven't. The 1A sequential 6-5 on the morning line by Nyquist. This one draws outside, is dropping from maiden 75 company down into maiden 20. So that's a pretty substantial class drop. The speed figures look like they fit, and second time in the barn of Linda Rice is always a good place to be. So that's one I think a lot of people are going to lean on, but I don't hate the shout on the number 3 Battle Anthem. They're loading into the gate. Jackson, I know you got to step out for a second. I think about 10 minutes or so, if I have that correct. So I'll let you go.
This would be a good time to do it.
All right, yeah, go now, and I'll hold it down here. All right, loading into the gate. I'll let Matt Dinnerman call us the rest of the way. They're loading in. Again, I'm on the 5. I guess I'm just going to see if
post 5.
I'm going to see if the 5 can get home, stretching out from sprint to route. 7-1 is a fair price, so I'll give that one a look. Your favorite still the 2.
All about the money.
As Matt Dinnerman's going to call the rest of the load. Good luck if you placed any wagers.
Two back, late call. Go again. Hand to the outside, post deny. We're ready to go. And we're off. Denying off a little bit slowly. Awesome entry, Prominent now takes back immediately. Elusive D'Oro and the gray Cupid's Dude. They're 1-2. Cupid's Dude taking control of things as they go into the first turn run is the leader and goes off as the 7-5 shot. So it's Cupid's Dude setting the pace early. Elusive D'Oro stalks from the outside in the 2-path. Runs in the second position. Then comes Late Call running in third. I Feel Lucky Tonight is down on the inside. Denying just 3 lengths off the lead in the green in the last 2. Awesome entry at the back with All About the Money as they approach the backstretch run, where the pacemaker here is Cupid's Dude. Cupid's Dude, 3/4 of a length ahead. Elusive D'Oro second. Late Call 3 wide, nickel along with 5 furlongs to go. Then comes Denying, following his stablemate in the 4-path. I Feel Lucky Tonight is inside, losing the 4th spot. Is 5th now, hard ridden as they approach the forward turn run. All About the Money is shaken up, going in the wrong direction, losing contact with the top 5, and awesome entries at the back with him as they charge into the forward turn. Cupid's Dude, 3 furlongs to go. Does it well under Sammy Camacho and strides away to a 2-length lead. Elusive D'Oro all in. Late Call third, Denying passing him, claiming the 3rd position while sent hard 2 off the pace. The others are well out of it at the top of the lane. Cupid's Dude, his race to lose at the top of this stretch. He's got a 2-length cushion and 3/16 to go. Denying on the grandstand side, trying to race past Elusive D'Oro, but it is still Cupid's Dude with a furlong to go. He's shaking away, and he's 4 ahead now coming to the 16th pole. Make it 5 with 1/16 to go. Cupid's Dude, no doubt about it. Much the best gate to wire today. I Feel Lucky Tonight gets up for second. Elusive D'Oro third, and it was tight for 4th. Maybe Denying over Late Call.
All right. That was race number 4 at Monmouth Park. You saw the 2 run away with it at 7-5 with the 1 in second, and the 5 rounded out in third. So that was decent. If nothing else. Pretty formful result there. We're 3 minutes away from Belmont at the Big A, race number 3. So we'll talk about that one pretty briefly while Jackson's out. He's doing something. I'm not entirely sure what it is. But race number 3, it's a 6 furlong race, 17,500 non-3 lifetime claiming company. we'll check in with the chat real quick. My computer's moving a little slow. I got 37 tabs open, I think. So we'll try and find out if we can make this work. But 6 furlongs, 17,000 non-3 company, the sloppy main track surface. Your favorite right now is co-favorite between the coupled entry, the 1 and the 1A. The 1 is Harlan's Bond. The 1A is Carol Said No. And the 2, the horse that's going to be breaking from the rail, that's Foxy Cara for Figueroa and Lane Leslie in the saddle. Lane Leslie, I like a horse that he's on later on today. This is not that horse, though. Ilke Kantramachi, first time in the barn, also owns this runner for the number 1, the straight 1, Harlan's Bond. I think that's where I'm going to end up. It just feels to me, I made this case a little bit earlier, and actually the 4 is your current favorite. This betting board is pretty low all over the place. You have 3-2 on the 4 Scarborough Affair, Linda Rice, Ruben Silvera. That runner looks okay. Taking a class drop from 30 non-3, now down to the 17.5. Ran over a muddy sealed surface last time. Just didn't seem to really pick up his feet. But by Speightstown, this one has done well on the sloppy surface before, breaking his maiden in maiden 40, going 6.5 over this Aqueduct main track. Chased a slow pace that day, drew off to win by over 4 lengths. So maybe just threw in a bit of a clunker, or maybe was in over his head last time out. So I think the 4 certainly deserves some recognition there as well. Again, this isn't a huge betting race for me, but I will say that if I had to plant my flag in one of them, I'll go with the 1 and the 1A. 9-5 on a couple entries isn't terrible given this betting field. The 4 could absolutely win, and we've seen Linda Rice do this move a lot. In fact, the 4 is currently at 7-5 right now. But we'll pivot forward a little bit while we wait for Jackson. We're going to dive into the pick 6 a little bit, and we're actually going to start at the back end and work our way backwards towards race 5, which we have already talked about. This is something I kind of like to do, this move when I'm handicapping a sequence like this. I just want to try and, go back to front. Sometimes I jump around. It just kind of helps. And Jackson's back. So what's going on? You seem like you hustled. The order of finish at Monmouth was 2-1-5. If you were curious at all, the 2 won by a greater distance than the 4 at Woodbine did. So if you were curious, it was an absolute blowout win. We're going to talk pick 6 right now as we are, we're 1 minute away from the 3rd race at Belmont at the Big A. Did you have any sort of pick or opinion there?
That is not one I've looked at now.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I lied.
This guy's just lying out here.
The favorite, I think, was the Linda horse. This is the one Linda horse that's going to win today.
Okay. I can listen to that. I went with the coupled entry. My strongest lean to the 1, Harlan's Bond, but I'll call that race once we're in the gate. We're still a minute away, but we are going to talk about. We're going to go to race number 10 at Belmont at the Big A, and we're going to work our way backwards. Do something a little, maybe a little more unique, if you will.
Do you want to do a group ticket?
We do want to do a group ticket.
Okay, so we're doing it right here, right now. We're going to talk about it right now.
Okay.
What's our budget?
Let's talk about it right now.
What's our budget?
Well, our budget is
what do you win for?
I don't know. Let me see. Our budget, I don't know, 50 each.
In. Done.
Cool.
Easy.
All right. Let's start with race number 5.
How about this?
Yep.
Who do you want to key in on? Let's start there. Unless
Motel
race 5
Patel
is a key in race.
Motel Patel in the last.
Okay, I think I'm in agreement there because I could not make a case for really anyone else. I didn't think. Yeah. I think it's him or her, him or anyone. I think it's Motel Patel or anyone else. Like it. Correct. Just how I see it. So let's done. We're singling that horse. Looks like a spread race, hopefully, and we'll be different there with the single in the last. So done. Let me write these down.
Okay.
Cool. What else? Who's your other Ian races?
I'm trying to pull up the notes right now. Everything is just moving so slow.
Mm-hmm.
1 sec. Yeah, my own fault. I have so many tabs open.
You're good.
All right. I would say. Oh, wait. Is this? What am I looking at here? 1 sec. I'm evaluating. I'm making sure that I'm tracking this correctly. In terms of another single, I mean, I think the 1's really tough in race 5. They're the 1A rather, even with the class drop. So I'd probably want to key in on that one, but I know you like the 3 a little bit as well, so I wouldn't be opposed.
Okay, the one.
Is there anybody you're trying to key in on?
I wanted to go towards race 7. I feel like it's kind of a 2-horse race.
Okay.
And
Between who?
Between the 1 and 2, the 2 favorites. Nothing too creative in there. I just have. I'm looking through this field. I'm like, who else is gonna? Like, who's gonna step up and beat those? I know you like the 7, huh?
I would go 1-7. I don't like the 2 at all.
Okay.
Not on dirt.
We did talk about that one already, huh?
Also, for anybody curious, they just broke out of the gate at Belmont at the Big A. I'll call it real quick because they are our sponsor. So Scarborough Fair is up. Scarborough Fair is up on the lead. That's your even money favorite for Linda Rice. Within behind 3-2 Harlan's Bond. Outside of that one is the 4-1 Dolce Sarah. Then back to the other couple part of the entry. Carol Said No running in 4th, and then out the back is the 2, and that is Foxy Cara. They're rounding the far turn. Quarter went in 23.35. They're rounding the turns. Scarborough Fair still up on the lead with Dolce Sarah chasing in 2nd out wide. Back against the rail, looks to have a ton of horses. The 1, Harlan's Bond. Tipping to the outside, the 1A, Carol Said No without the back, Foxy Cara. They've reached the top of the stretch. The rail's open for Harlan's Bond if good enough, but Scarborough Fair seems to kick away. Have a little bit left in the tank. Dolce Sarah's coming up to this one's outside. Harlan Bond in on the rail. Scarborough Fair is fighting, but still holding him off, at least for the time being. Dolce Sarah is trying her best, but doesn't appear to be good enough. It's going to go Scarborough Fair, Dolce Sarah, and Harlan's Bond, 1, 2, 3 across the line. Even money to get the job done. That is, hey, look, a Linda Rice horse that Jackson said was the only winner Linda is going to have on the day. So how about that?
Yeah, I think I feel good about having 3 winners in 5 races, but they've also all been chalk, so I don't know how much I really want to brag. Just how we see it so far. We'll get some prices later, though.
There you go. Yeah, prices later is all that matters, or prices in general is all that matters. Okay, so back to our pick 6 construction. Can we just go 1-7 in that 7th race?
Sure.
Okay. Race number 8. I am just everything is struggling.
That's the dumbest race of the day. We'll skip that one for now. That's probably going to be a little spready, I would think. What do you do with
race? That's the restrict. Yeah.
Race 9. Because this is one of the races that I was mentioning with the MTO that I think is just absolutely no good.
Let me get to race number 9. I will let you know my thoughts because I think I'm in agreement that the MTO is a horse you should fade in this spot.
I mean, just faced a way lesser group, got a phenomenal setup, and to be fair, won by 6, but that just beat no one, was 3-5. Now it's facing a way tougher group. It just feels like a horse is going to be way, way, way over bet and way overused in a pick 6, and I just don't want any part of that one. So curious if you agree.
Looking through right now, one more time after all the scratches and whatnot came through. I'm against the MTO for sure. I would probably lean towards using Royal Bobby's not a Linda Rice horse that I want any part of. I would lean towards the 4 as my top choice. I'd probably go 4-3 in there. Would probably be my 2. How'd you see it?
4 is also my top pick. So let's do that. 3-4. Let's leave at 3-4 for now. We'll come back to this race if we need to use more.
Okay. I thought the coupled entry deserved half a look just because both of them can be tactical-ish, but I mean, I don't want to go too deep, and both of them only are kind of struggling to get past the second win there.
I'm going to write that one down. I'm also going to write down the 7, who has some good dirt races too. But right now they're backups. We'll come back to that depending on what we like in the other legs, because I don't really remember what you like. Cool. Race 8, were you ready, or are you not sure yet?
Race 8, yeah. I would just go
we talked
6,
about that.
8, 9, right? 6, 8, 9, yeah. We did talk about that. That's one of the legs of the cross country. 6, 8, 9, but I know you made a point towards the 3, so I would want to use the 3 as well.
That's the separator for sure. We're going to use that one. We're just going to be spready there. Let's see. Race 6. That is the off the turf race. This was another interesting one because I was fully expecting the 4 to come out of there. Smooth Breeze, who, we were all over. I was all over on grass. I thought the horse was the lock of the pick 6. That was going to be the key. Comes off the dirt, off the turf, moves on the turf. Oh my gosh. Comes off the turf to go on the dirt. And this horse is still in the race, which I found really fascinating. The workouts on the dirt actually were not that great from what I read in the workout report, but they still are entering here. He's still probably the best horse. So I'm curious what you think about using that one. Same with the 8 on the outside, another MTO Winstock for Linda, who, I mean, if you cover up the 2 races at Los Al, one was 18 months ago, the other was a year ago now. They're covered up those 2 races. He's done absolutely nothing to deserve to be 2-1 in this spot, and he is going to be used on every single ticket too, it feels like.
Yeah, Winstock's going to be very, very tough. He just seems like Winstock is kind of the horse where you either use him and probably like, I don't know about single him, but I mean, it's a pretty strong looking MTO. I would want to play against. I like the coupled entry, primarily the 1 Baron of Sealand. That being said, the 4 should absolutely handle the mud, just being by more than ready. They can kind of run on anything that you ask them to. And then I like the 7. I think Quiet Wisdom deserves a look. The jockey, Jose Gomez, was, that's okay. He can obviously ride a horse pretty well. But, this horse handles the slop relatively well, being by Into Mischief. So I want to give, I thought the straight 1 and the 7 deserved a look.
So you gave me some conflicting thoughts on the 8 there. Are you with or against the 8?
Against.
Okay.
I would not want to use the 8 in my pick 6. Could very well win. I just don't like that horse.
What about the 4? What do you do with the 4?
Yeah.
I'm good with pitching the 8. The 4, I'm not really sure about.
We should include the 4.
You want to include the 4?
I think so.
I think he could play higher too in the pick 6. I think it might be one that we're just going to dismiss because
could be
Air Force.
Could be.
So let me see. That puts us at 6, 24, 48, depending on who we use in race 9. If we wanted to use more.
Yeah, I would say, let me see.
But I know I can't talk you off the 1 in the first leg, right?
No, you can't, unfortunately.
Yeah. So we'll go 1-3 there because I need the 3.
Yep.
All right.
That's all the legs, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's just about a matter of cutting it down. Hold on.
Why? What's our ticket at right now?
Right now, we are at 8, 16, 96. Look at that.
That's perfect.
Which means we'll just be 3-4 in that 9th race. Here, I'll put it in the chat. Let me see if it works.
Yeah.
Failed the post. Okay, well, I'll put it in our chat. Maybe you can put it on the screen.
Okay, we'll do. Here we go. Wow, I just hate the way that you formatted this.
It did it by itself. I had it set up nice and neat, vertically, how it should be.
There you go.
And then it's StreamYard. It messed it up.
Okay, well, you're giving a lot of hate to StreamYard here.
Whoa. I just said one little thing. I don't know about a lot of hate.
I'm just fucking with you. It's all right.
I don't know about a lot of hate.
Okay, hold on. I'm fixing it because I agree. It's we'll say StreamYard messed up the format. We'll just do that. Here we go. Here we go. Tickets up on the screen. This is what Jackson and I are going to be playing for the pick 6 carryout. $96 ticket, and honestly, I like it. We get alive to the horse that I think, in my opinion, is the most likely winner on the day. So I'm excited to see that horse run. So yeah, I mean, I'm in if you're in, Jackson.
Yeah, I'll bet it. I like it too. I think we're tossing a lot of horses that are going to be overused, right? Like, okay,
we are.
Let's bring up the comment from Noah in the chat, who hasn't cashed a winner in like 7 weeks. So let's block that guy.
Well, let's real quick. Yeah, no, we're gonna leave Noah's comment up because a couple things are true here. Where he just texted in the group chat between us with the 3 of us and said that you should pick anything except for chalk. Where I'm going to argue that at least your chalk is winning. This guy gets a full-time job to write articles and all of a sudden only picks chalk at 4 to 5, and they all seem to lose. So for this guy to say fade when we just brainstormed a winning pick 6 is bold to say the least. So this is the pick 6 ticket. We're not, fade Noah. Noah actually said he's speaking about himself here. I think he's saying everything Noah Maher says, just fade. But anyway,
easy.
I think we're tossing the horses we should. I think we're tossing the main track only in the 9th race, who's going to be over bet. I think we're tossing Winstock, who I'll be honest, any horse that goes to Baffert on the West Coast, especially those New York breds, to me, that just says that they don't like wet dirt. Like, maybe that's reading too much into it, but he doesn't. Obviously, that's not something you have to worry about on the West Coast in general. But above all else, Salamini's not the best on wet dirt either, and that's kind of what that's who Winstock Sire is. So I think we're tossing that one for the right reasons. I like this ticket, $96, one single at the end. Get us alive to something nice.
Yeah, and like just looking at it like that, this should pay.
Yeah,
over $1,000.
Oh, for sure.
Because I hate playing pick fives or pick anythings that pay like under 10 to 1. Because like you can find so many better bets at under 10 to 1 rather than a pick 5 or pick 6 where you need so many things to go right. Like do a straight exacta, do a double, or do just a simple win bet on a 10 to 1 shot. Like if I'm gonna play something like this, you want it to pay, a lot bigger than the 10 to 1. So I think we've structured it that way where if it does hit, it definitely should pay that. So I think I like this thing. I like it. I think we're gonna. Well, hopefully we're right. But I think more importantly, the structure is good.
Yeah, the structure is correct, and that's the best you can ask for. All right, bet that I know you don't want to participate in, but one that I'm going to participate in is the pick 6 at Churchill Downs, which is going to start the next race. We'll call that race, or I'll call that race, I should say, just because it will be the return of Immersive. So I'll give us the call on that one. I heard Tony Kalo's voice on the mic to start off the day at Churchill, but we're back to Travis Stone as a horse who he knows very well that we talked about on the show. Admit or Admit. We're still not sure of the pronunciation. Just one. It's what?
It's Admit.
Okay. We've confirmed that. Real quick. They are loading into the gate at Woodbine for this race, race number 3. So we'll throw that up on the screen just to watch. I think we're a little late to get any picks in, but we can still watch the race. Did you look at this one, Jackson?
I'm looking at it right now. I'm speed capping for my life right now. Here we go. Come on. Okay. What's the 3 guys? 3 any decent
Just
price?
behind the start, 6 for 9 is being called to the line. 6 for 9, the gray.
Just keep betting favorites. It's crazy.
Yeah, you do.
To be fair, he wasn't favorite morning line.
I guess not, but man, you are trying your best to out chalk Noah.
Well, he's just she's my type of horse. What? 2 races going one route, going a route. Oh my gosh, 2 races going one turn, closing in slow paces. Now stretching out inside post will be forwardly placed. Like that's just a lot of angles to like about this horse.
And Sophia Vivas is on board. So
Sophia's right.
All right, Jackson, I'm backing you with the 3. I put it in a win bet.
All right.
I'm going to trust the process. Don't let me down.
There's very little turf form in this race too, which is kind of interesting.
Moving up is 6 for 9 in the betting here. 6 for 9 is at 7 to 1. So there's really a number of horses conceded winning chances. Not a confident betting market, that's for sure.
I don't know. I'm just
and they're still waiting for.
I was just saying I like how they have the wind showing up at Woodbine.
Done that now.
They have
going forward for a start is
the wind up at the top. They're
Empress,
rotating right now. It's temperature, but it was just, there you go.
A little reluctant there.
Yeah. If you want to know if there's a headwind or a tailwind, you got it.
Empress.
All the information that you need. For anybody curious, Immersive opened up at 1 to 4, which I don't think is much of a surprise.
No, definitely.
Sunnyville is next. Sunnyville 2 gate number 7. Danish Cookie coming up. And the last couple we have to gate 9 Black Goddess. And the last along will be Reload A as they move in with Black Goddess, Jodine Anderson, David Moran, the outside gate, Reload A, and the field for the start almost ready to run. Reload A has gone in, gate to be secured. Since this field is set to run, they're locked up. Goddess restless, so too. 6 for 9, they're off. And as they break in the center away well, Saratoga Empress dashing out in front. Black Goddess has raced across to the inside to lead the field. And going forward in the center, Danish Cookie into second. On the outside, Reload A length Saratoga Empress. And as they settle into stride, trying to make way through the pack is 6 for 9 behind Frog in a Pond. Over on their outside, Sunnyville, and back to the tail end is Ecliptical Ladybug on the inside, and Scary Boo, and one who just won't go with them is Misty Eyed, is all out of the race. Virtually a furlong behind, but racing into the backstretch with the lead by 2.5. It is Black Goddess, the leader. In second placing, remaining Danish Cookie, a couple away. Reload A on the outside of Frog in a Pond. 1 to Sunnyville, Saratoga Empress, Scary Boo, 6 for 9. And on the inside, Ecliptical Ladybug. And as they start the run towards the half mile, controlling the pace throughout, Black Goddess and Jodine Anderson, a length and a half in front. Reload A slipping forward on the outside to Challengers, quickening on and going in the centre. Danish Cookie descending on Black Goddess and going to the front. A length and a half away now, 2 to Frog in a Pond. Then Sunnyville, and off the track, Scary Boo's running on a little bit. On the inside, Saratoga Empress from 6 for 9. And last, Ecliptical Ladybug, apart from Misty Eyed. They come to the final quarter, and Reload A has raced away. Reload A charging out 2.5 to Danish Cookie. Then Frog in a Pond. And as they come down the stretch, it's all Reload A by 3 lengths to Danish Cookie. Then Frog in a Pond, trying to run from last, Ecliptical Ladybug. Reload A is getting tired, is 2 in front. Danish Cookie, Saratoga Empress, Black Goddess, and down the outside, Frog in a Pond, and Sunnyville, the leader's stopping, and back in the centre, Saratoga Empress goes to the front, and the winner, Saratoga Empress from Reload A, Frog in a...
I don't know what happened to
Apologies
Wi-Fi
for
there.
the
That was not great.
No, the Wi-Fi is not doing the best, but hey, you make do with what you can, and sometimes what you can, what you can't is it's all bad. So that was our attempt at it, but yeah, the Wi-Fi has just been a bit finicky to say the least. But that was race. Yeah,
my ADW has kind of stopped working right now too. Maybe the internet is down again, like it was the other day.
And it was actually down the other day
Google,
too.
And I think NYRABets was down too. Like there was a lot of weird things going on. Was that Wednesday?
There's a lot. Thursday. Yeah. Noah Maher, we'll put up Katie's comment. Noah, join the call, dude. Make it HHH Podcast Takeover again. Noah says, I can't, Katie. I actually have work, unlike these two. Believe it or not, Jackson, we're getting paid for this right now.
And believe it or not, this guy's been begging me to skip work for like 5 days now. He's like,
right?
Let's go play golf. Skip work, bro. And then I'm like, okay. I give him the solution to the problem. I'm like, we'll go play early in the morning so I can golf and then go to work. And he didn't go for that. He said that was like too big of an issue or something. So he just can't.
No, you have to remember that he is 21, I think. So he likes to sleep in. Like he sometimes it depends on the hour, I think.
Because he's jockey sized. Anyway,
he is jockey sized. Yeah. By the way, I got a call from Doug O'Neill. Noah, you're getting the call up. You're riding Vlahos in his next start. So just get ready. Just get ready for that. He's a speedball. So no. Anyway,
that's coming up.
We already went over the cross country pick 5. We just talked about the pick 6. What do we have going? It is 11:25 right now. We got about 30 more minutes or so until we have to leave the airwaves because Dan Torgman, Jessica Paquette, going to be joining everybody on the ABR channels live from Monmouth Park to go over the late pick 5. So obviously that is exciting news. So we won't be leaving you for anything that's not going to be just as good as this show is. And I don't think that was proper English whatsoever, but that is how I'm going to stick to it. We are 0 minutes to post for the 5th race at Monmouth Park, Jackson. If you've looked at that one or you want to do another speed capping masterclass as you just did, where I think the 3 at Woodbine just finished that race. But
thanks.
They are approaching the gate. They are off the turf for this race. They're off for races 5 and 7. They are on for the other 2. Did anybody jump off the page to you here?
Well, I'm rooting for the 12. I played the little horse tourneys contest. I'm still alive in. Picked the 12, assuming it was on grass, and it came off. The dirt races are not great, so hoping, but don't think that one's probably going to win. Who I don't even know who's still in the race. I need to double check because I know there were late scratches. So give me 1 second.
There were. It is the 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 12, 13 are all in the race.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a flyer with the number 4, by the way, in this race. I'm just gonna take a shot with the 4. Maybe spring a mild upset at 6-1. What is all this? Noah's little bro, I'm taller than you. That's just not the case.
Can we
He
just
said
block
King
that
of
guy?
Woodbine.
We don't need
Yeah,
to
I know. We might have to block this guy from the chat. He's getting he's harassing us.
I mean, I don't hit the 6. What's the 6's price?
8-1.
He's got dirt numbers that are solid.
No doubt. Your boy Graham Motion just won at Delaware Park, if you're curious.
Say again?
Your boy Graham Motion just won at Delaware Park.
Did he?
He did, with Irad Ortiz aboard.
Nice. What the price?
7-5 or something. Favorite.
How long till that race? Should we pull it up?
Monmouth?
Yeah.
I'm throwing it up right now. I was just trying to get the Wi-Fi to cooperate with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if this wouldn't be a race I'd bet too heavily. I think I'd probably try to get home with the 6. Just a little win bet. I think could get back to form. Has some good numbers, like I said. Somewhat forwardly placed. Will probably be second flight. It's tough to say, though, because, so many moving parts with off the turf now. These horses, will they go to the front? Will they not go to the front? Posts are different. Just a lot of things changing. So it's tough to adjust on the fly.
Very much agree. Tough to adjust on the fly. A couple races before the pick 6 starts at Belmont Park, so we'll get Belmont at the Big A, so we'll get back to that.
Dixie Escape.
But for the meantime, Matt Dinnerman's going to load us the rest of the way.
Back.
Give us the call for the
Apple
race.
Shake Shake has gone in. Duchess of Destin working with her to go into the gate and to the outside post. Security Lightning. Shack Revenge has got it. Security Lightning rounding out the field. We're ready to go. And Security Lightning certainly ready to go. Went through the front of the gate. No doubt about that.
Big favorite.
So we'll have about a minute here until takeoff for the others. The others in the gate waiting patiently. Security Lightning didn't get very far. Isaac Castillo, good job by him to stay aboard. And Security Lightning went about a 16th of a mile. Not very fast, is being joined by the Outrider and his pony, and is going to be led back to the starting gate. The main track only entrance, Security Lightning. So we'll stand by for now. The others waiting patiently in the gate in this off-the-turf event. This will be a good time to give a plug for tomorrow. Father's Day, always a big day here at Monmouth Park. 11 races tomorrow. First post back to 12:50. That's tomorrow afternoon, on which should be a really fun day for families of all ages. Fathers, sons, daughters, and everybody else.
You do anything? I'm going on the track, I think.
Oh, nice. Have fun at the track. Yeah, we're going to go. I think he wanted to get lunch. Maybe go for a hike or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to I told him to just send me a text in the morning because he'll call the shots and whatever he wants to do. I think we're just going to go do a little family hike and have some food. Could be a good little time. Enjoy.
Security Lightning led back behind the gate.
Enjoy the racetrack if you're going out to Santa Anita. That'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Get yourself
the health of
get yourself in the Eddie Logan.
Human athletes aboard
Yeah,
them
I may have to reach out to TQ.
of the utmost
You know he'll let you in.
Experience taking a look
What'd
at
you say?
Security Lightning just to make sure everything's good there for this filly.
Unusual for us. Like we
And
usually
she has
go
been given the green light
at
to
least once a month.
compete. She is
Right.
going to load into the gate
We'll see.
now. Reloading. Take 2. We're ready to go. And they're off. Some bad squeezing at the start. Duchess of Destin in the middle got the worst of it. Security Lightning, no problems out of the gate for her. She's on the lead with Dame Catherine, who takes over. Security Lightning takes a hold. Will track from second. Me Little Frost Girl right on the heels of the leader as they go into the first turn, trying to get outside in a tight spot and drifted wide as they cornered into the turn. We come back to the lead. Dame Catherine's in front by about 2 lengths from Security Lightning second. She's 5 ahead of Shack Revenge, claiming third. We'll dive into the rail. 4 clear of Me Little Frost Girl, still trying to lug out here on this first turn. Not a good go for her, and she's plummeting back. Dixie Escape is joining her. Then comes Duchess of Destin.
Man, they are
Jacket
strung out.
already encouraged to pick up the pace here. Wedges herself between horses. 4 ahead of Political Spin and Apple Shake Shake. Down the backstretch they go. Dame Catherine strings them out. Has extended the lead to about 4 lengths down the backstretch. Security Lightning, the main track only entrant, stalking in second. Another 3.5 more to Shack Revenge in third. Then Dixie Escape, 4th Cent Hard. Duchess of Destin congested, still hard ridden going into the turn. Me Little Frost Girl not going in the right direction. Political Spin about to save ground as she hits the forward turn run. She's on the rail, 5 clear of Apple Shake, who's not picking up her feet. Around the forward turn, Dame Catherine, 5/16 to go for her. The lead's still about 4. Now it's 5. It's increasing a little bit here. Dame Catherine at the top of the stretch. Security Lightning, she's all in second. Dixie Escape joins her, and then Political Spin, who's trying to pick up pieces. They're off the turn. Dame Catherine, she's in front by about 8 lengths. Dame Catherine, Christian Mirage, all alone on the lead here. Dixie Escape is second, and then comes Shack Revenge, but they're coming to the finish, and it's going to be Dame Catherine. Went right to the lead and never stopped. Loved the slop today, did Dame Catherine.
Yeah, it looks like it might be tough to close on that dirt right now.
It
the
really
last couple races or any indication, just super, super strung out fields, wire-to-wire winners.
Yeah.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
It does look like that. We have 13 minutes until race number 5 at Churchill Downs, and actually, I think that'll be probably where we wrap it. That'll get us to about that time. So I'll call the return of Immersive out at Churchill. But later on in the card, they do have some interesting runners. They have a nice late pick 5 going today. We mentioned multiple times that this starts the pick 6, but if you're playing the pick 5 in race number 8. It's a mile maiden special weight race. There's a first-time starter named Mo Expectations, starting long on the turf, and this horse is a half to Serengeti Empress. Jackson, do you have any thoughts on what maybe that means if you have a first-time starter, obviously out of one of the best sprinters we've seen in the last, or a very dominant sprinter that we saw in that division? What do you make of it where that one's half sibling debuts going long on turf?
That's probably what they think she'll be best at. I'm not as huge on the pedigrees as other people are. I mean, I think it kind of just matters in each horse individually. I mean, you look at a horse like Fierceness, who just complete classic dirt router. All his siblings are turf sprinters. How does that make any sense? It doesn't. It's just kind of, you just treat it like a case by case basis. I think. Like I said, if they think she's going to be best turf routing, that's probably where they're going to put her, and that's clearly the case today. I don't think it really matters where, what the dam did, what the siblings do. Just do what's best for each horse.
All right, I like it. I was genuinely curious of your thoughts on that one. So thanks. All right, yeah. I don't really have any thoughts. They're not gonna. I thought maybe it for. I don't know. I really didn't have any.
How long to this Aqueduct race? Isn't there one more coming up?
There is. Let me
they're in the gate.
Oh, they're in the gate. That was that came up quick. Okay.
Actually, I lied. They're walking to the gate.
Okay. Well, we have some time. Then your favorite, Linda Rice, Kendra Carmouche. Again, Cold as Hell is your favorite. Jackson, do you have any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, like I said, Linda's not going to win again the rest of the day, so this is going to be one she's going to lose too. I think you and I had this horse last time, if I remember correctly, was like 3-5, and just had zero business losing that race and did. So I just can't possibly bet him back in this spot. Looks like there's other speed in here too. I think the 2 is pretty quick, as is the 6 and the 7 if they want to from the outside. I went to the 7. How's your attitude? I just think it's a big post switch. Was drawn inside of Keeneland, had the rough go of it. Now it's going to be parking the outside. This is probably what he really wants to do, is just stalk the pace, look at all his wins. That's what he does. He sits a couple lengths off of it, comes with his run late, and I think he's going to get the right trip in here. He definitely loves the off-going. His best dirt race by far came in the mud. So the outside post should get a good trip from out there. I like the 7 quite a bit. So nice win bet on this 7.
I like it. I'm probably following suit, to be honest. The way Chris Elliott, right?
Yeah.
No. Chris Elliott, yeah. The way he's been riding, it's just been super aggressive. This one's taking a drop down. Expect this one to be forward by Street Sense. Obviously, it's going to handle the sloppy track, no problem. I'm with you, man. Just going to take that nice outside stalking trip. There is some other pace in here, but again, this looks like one of those fields where everybody's going to kind of be forward fighting for the same spot. A horse that I thought might be a little interesting underneath is going to be the number 3. This one ran for the waiver in his first 2 off the bench. Now steps back up in class. This is going to be closing late. Has some good runs over the sloppy listed surface. So I'll go like a 7-1. 7-1 exacta is going to be what I'll play. Or sorry, not 7-1, 7-3.
Yeah. And real quick as they're loading, this is just best race textbook example of taking advantage of the no CAWs in the win pool. You're looking at the pick 3s. and what they think is going to happen. They think the 5 and 7 are the exact same horse. There's 20 cents separating them in the pick threes. One of them is even money. The other is 4-1 on the win board. This is a situation where I'm going to bet even more money on the 7 because you don't get odds discrepancies like this too often. So going to try to take advantage if we can.
A fantastic point that you just brought up. They're loading into the gate. Again, we can't show the race, but I will do my best to call the race for everybody. Almost all the way in. They're loading in the 6.
He's now 3-1. He was just 9-2 about 30 seconds ago.
Yep, he's getting a great amount of play. I wonder if our buddies Matt Miller and Howard Kravitz also noticed that as they are in the NYRA contest.
Doesn't want to go on the gate though, which I don't love. 5-2. Man, everyone listened to me, huh? Everyone heard me say that, and now they're just.
All right, they just broke out of the gate. They are jostling for early position. It looks like, I can't tell what horse that is. It looks like the 5, Cold as Hell. Oh, yeah, 5, Cold as Hell is somehow clear on the lead. To that one's outside is Gun It. To the far outside is the 7, How's Your Attitude, followed by the 3 at the Rail Cuncheon Bridge. Between them, Screaming Uncle. Shout out to Screaming Uncle is back in 5th. Then back in 6th is Dots Dollar. Out the back is the number 1, Hatch. They're rounding the far turn. Quarter went in 22.35. It's still Cold as Hell up front on a clear lead. The 6, Gun It, trying to make a race of it coming in into second. The 3 and 7, Cuncheon Bridge, How's Your Attitude, both under a ride. 7 is going to tip to the outside under Chris Elliott. The 3, Cuncheon Bridge, is going to hug the rail as they turn for home. Cold as Hell still up on top. But How's Your Attitude now making a strong move on the outside. Looks to have taken the lead. Yes, looks to have taken the lead. Back in second is Gun It, who's fighting bravely. This race is not over. Gun It, oh my God, Gun It has re-rallied between horses, and Gun It's going to go on to win it with How's Your Attitude in second, and Cold as Hell in third with Cuncheon Bridge in fourth. Man, that is the second time. That is the second time in as many days that Chris Elliott has had a runner that has looked home and hosed and has just not finished off the race. Yesterday, the horse kind of got out on him a little bit, and this time, I don't even know what you want to say about that one.
Just got beat.
Got beat by Gun It? Yeah.
I mean, obviously that wasn't the result we wanted, but that's a bet I would make 10 times out of 10. I mean, you got to be more process-based here. That's a phenomenal bet. That's just fantastic value based on what the odds should have been and what they ended up going off at for us in the win pool. So didn't work out that
Cold
time.
as Hell did lose.
That's a bet you want to make.
It is. And Cold as Hell was the loser of that race. I thought for a second that 7-3 Exacta had a shot. It looked like the 6 kind of stalled out, but when Gun It switched leads, it was over. He leveled off really nicely and finished that race full of run. Oh, I was wondering what to say. Sorry, man. I haven't had coffee either. Looking through the I know you won't care about this one too much, and this is more just a name-based statement here. Jose Ortiz on race, what is this? Should be race 6, is on a horse named Passing Game. 2 races later in race 8, he's on a horse named Running Game. So I just thought that was a little funny. Different trainers, different owners. But if you're playing the name game, those guys, and if you see Monday Morning Quarterback running today, go ahead and play him too. But I didn't really know. Huh?
Single and both.
Single and both. All right. Again, we are, let me see our time away from Churchill Downs here for the return for Immersive. About 6 minutes away. Jackson, you're going to go with Take Charge Milady. Am I correct?
Yeah, Take Charge Milady. The odds on Immersive are kind of crazy to me, I think. Yeah. I mean, they're betting her, like I said, they're betting like she's just a sure thing to take this step forward. She still has to prove she can do it. I mean, at 2-5, prove it to me. Like, I want to see it. And I still don't like that Juvenile Phillies face was that strong too, because the 3 and 6 at this moment are every bit as fast, if not faster than her. So, give me the better prices.
I completely agree. I think that is that's spot on accurate for what we're looking at here. Yeah, the price is way too short. I'm going to take a stab with the 3. And as promised, you're going to take a stab with the 6, Take Charge Milady. Again, Immersive should win, but I think taking a stab at something here is the right thing to do. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just I'm looking through the rest of this Churchill card to see if I actually want to play a pick 6 or not. And who knows right now? But I'm probably leaning towards no. This looks I might play a light one, try and beat Immersive in this first leg, just go 3-6 and then just go the rest of the way. But Jackson, any sequences coming up today that you are looking forward to playing, my friend?
Yeah, I think San Diego's got a pretty good one. I think the Turf Pick 3 is pretty interesting. I think the first leg is race 8. It's a sprint.
Mm-hmm.
You want to try to beat the 4, I think, who's the Moorline favorite. Noble Reflection is the one I would use on top. Speed Horse, try to get loose in that spot. Be my top pick. I also want to use a little bit of What Makes Sammy's Run, who I think is the 3rd or 4th choice. That horse is interesting. He'd be off the pace. He's running 3 claimers this year, won all 3. He's run against 3 tougher allowance races, lost all 3. He's back in the claimers today, so that's an angle you can definitely look at. He's found his friends. Going to use both of them, try to get out of there, beat the favorite. Second leg is the Daytona down the hill. Goliad, for fun, come catch him. He's going to wire that field. Motorius going to be way overbet in that spot. I mean, way overbet.
I agree. Motorius is going to be overbet. Goliad certainly could take them all the way.
And then the last race is really good, man, in special weight, wide open. The favorites are bad in that race too. I mean, Ride Gold just lost that 3-5 on an easy lead, crawling on the front end, and got out finished by an over 10 horse that was right next to him. Don't ever want to use that horse again. The one I think is Hello Kiddo Kiddo. All this off the top of my head, man. I've watched way too many races.
Yeah, you really do.
She's a horse I bet every time, but I've had enough. She's had her chance. She's like 0 for 9. The excuses have just piled up for her, so I'm gonna try to beat her too. I think she's 4-1 on the morning line. So we're gonna beat those ones. I do need to pull the names now. I do know I like the 2, who's a big price. The 4, I think, is Strawberry Tiz, another big price. Both making their second starts. Both coming out of sprint races. Reasons to believe they'll improve with the route of ground. The 10 California Rocks close into a crawling pace, second time starter. Think she's very live, as is 11. I'm using all the second time starters apparently. 2, 4, 8. No, sorry, 2, 4, 10, and 11 in the last race. All prices gonna blow that thing up. I like that. That's probably my best bet of the day. Best sequence that I'm most looking forward to is that Turf Pick 3.
Turf Pick 3. Walk us through your full ticket again.
Yeah, it'll be pressed up 1 with some 2 in the first leg. And then all 3, let me double check that number. Then all 3, and then 2, 4, 10, 11.
Oh, all 3 being all to Goliad.
Yeah, sorry. 1 pressed up 1 with the 2. Leg 2, only the 3, ice cold to the 3. And then last leg, 2, 4, 10, 11, equally. All prices.
I like it. What is the total for that ticket?
24.
There it is. $24 ticket brought to you by none other than Jackson Muniz. Yeah, the more I look at Goliad, the more I don't hate what I see. He does look a little bit loose in that spot. They are approaching the gate at Churchill Downs. Just a heads up, pick 6 at Belmont at the Big A starts in about 20 minutes. Already over 180K in the pool with 124 in the carryover. So that's 180 plus K of new money in there. They are approaching the gate again at Churchill Downs. I'll keep everybody posted. Odds, it's currently from the rail out. Princess Aaliyah is 11-1. Immersive 1-4, excuse me. Anna's Promise 7-2. And Take Charge Milady is 4-1. Losing it. All right. One more time. After this race, we're going to talk one more time about the cross-country pick 5 as well as the pick 6 at Belmont at the Big A. We'll just go over the tickets real quick, and then we're going to wrap it up because in less than 45 minutes, Dan Torgman, Jessica Paquette live on site at Monmouth Racecourse during a rainy day, but a great late pick 5 to look forward to out there. So they're loading in the gate, 4-horse field for this Monomoy Girl Stakes. They broke from the gate. Immersive broke beautifully, and she's going right out for the early lead. To that one's outside. Anna's Promise under aggressive handling from Luis Saez is going to press that pace early. Immersive down on the rail, now in second as Anna's Promise is going to look to go on by, but Immersive is not really willing to give up that spot just yet. Back in third and fourth, they're going 2x2 as Anna's Promise actually takes the lead, but back in third is Take Charge Milady, close up. Very compact group, only separated by about 2 lengths or so. Then out the back is Princess Aaliyah. They've made their way through the first quarter in 23.32 seconds. Up on the clear lead now is Anna's Promise by about a length. Then second, Immersive down on the rail at 2-1. Manny Franco looks to have a good hold of her at this stage. Then to that one's outside. Take Charge Milady is keeping that one in for right now. Out the back, still Princess Aaliyah the Gray, longest shot in the field. They've gone through the half in 46.94 seconds, which is very reasonable. They seem to be moving right along there. Anna's Promise doing it easily up front under Louis Saez, still up top. Take Charge Milady now in second. Immersive still looks to be under a decent hold. Jockey's starting to give her a nudge or two, but she looks well within herself. Then out the back is Princess Aaliyah. They're coming around the far turn. Immersive now under a ride as Manny Franco starts to he got through. Oh, he's getting through on the rail. That's a bold spot, but he got through on the rail. They're cutting the corner. They're turning for home. Up top, Take Charge Milady, but Immersive comes right through. Immersive, Take Charge Milady. They're going 1-2. They're battling down the racetrack right now. Take Charge Milady looks to be all fight. She's fighting the good fight right now. They're going 1-2. Ding dong battle down the stretch. I think Take Charge Milady has a head in front right now over Immersive. She does. Take Charge Milady in first, over Immersive in second. There you go, Jackson. Good play.
Been a good morning. Good morning.
There you go. Take Charge Milady. There's where's Noah Maher? There's some not chalk. There's a nice price beating a heavy 2-5 favorite in that race.
Look, I got lucky there. The horse won, but moving forward, that was nothing wrong there with what we saw from Immersive. I mean, she'll move forward from that. She'll do her thing in whatever race she shows up next, and that's definitely one she can build off of. I don't think she lost anything in defeat there.
I completely agree. I think that was a great race, and yeah, Take Charge Milady also had lost more ground. Like Immersive had an absolutely dream trip. Got through on the rail, was able to cut the corner first. Was in front for a time, but Take Charge Milady was so game. She came back in a really nice way. So good to see Take Charge Milady in the winner's circle, and of course you mentioned Immersive also is going to lose nothing in defeat there, other than her perfect record going in. All right, Jackson, real quick, we are going to talk about let me speed my internet up real quick. We're going to talk about the cross-country pick 5 real quick one more time. I'll throw our tickets up on the screen. Here we go. I'm going single of the 3 Garamond using 1-7. Single of the 3 redistricting, going 6-8-9 in that claiming race at Aqueduct. Single of the 9 Bishop's Bay. Jackson, take it away.
Yeah, not much to say. Just favorite, then hopefully get a little price in that third leg, and favorite in the last race. Definitely need to keep an eye on this weather, though. That's going to change things quite a bit. Although the horses we do have singled in the dirt races at Monmouth at least are speedy. It looks very, very speedy right now with the weather coming in. And again, this is one you don't play every dog after you play it for a few times. Have it $10 one, $15 one. You're still not spending that much money, and if you do connect the dots, it should still pay 25, 30 to 1 in that range, especially maybe even higher, especially with the cross country pick 5. It's usually you can be a little bit more spready in general. Like you don't have to be as concise, I think, with your tickets. But I mean, obviously the way we're approaching it, we still are going to be concise in this one. So we'll see.
We'll
see.
I like it. All right. Well, one more time with the pick 6. It starts at about 15 minutes. We'll walk it through. We are going 1-3 in that first leg with the 1-4-7. We're fading Windstock, the main track only entrant. Then we're going 1-7 again. Then we go 3-6-8-9 with 3-4, fading the other MTO that's going to take a lot of money. And then singled to Motel Patel in the last race. Jackson, I like this ticket a lot.
Yeah, I like it too. I think I like what we did. Hopefully you get alive to that 7-horse last race. I'd be very comfortable with that. Just ride or die with the 7. Motel. Motel Patel. That's what it was.
Motel Patel.
Yeah.
One more reminder before we get out of here. BWB 200. Use that code at NYRABets for a free $200 deposit match. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. Only on NYRABets. Again, a little bit of a shorter show today, just because we have Dan Torchman, Jessica Paquette going live in about 30 to 40 minutes live on site at Monmouth. Be sure to check that out. Jackson, as always, fun having you on the show. Fun doing this show. We'll be back next week, probably normal start time, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, for another fun rendition of the Saturday show.
Yep, looking forward to it, man. Talk soon.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Take care. Hope you guys get some winners the rest of the day, and don't bet chalk like Noah Maher. Peace.
It's America's original sport. covers it better than americasbestracing.net. From the sport to the lifestyle, the best races, horses, and destination venues, cocktails, gambling, fashion, and more. americasbestracing.net is a sport for you.